I'm so glad I got this next question. So, what are the key things we need to do in our 20s and 30s, and maybe even before that, to prepare our bodies for menopause? Let me tell you, this is one of the most amazing reasons that I am so excited about all of the talk about menopause. It's because every woman, if she's lucky enough to live long enough, is going to go through menopause. That's 51% of our population. And we know that not every woman's going to experience symptoms. In fact, many may just breeze through, and that's great. But what we do know is that as estrogen declines and hormones start to decline, there's many physiologic changes that happen in the body, and preparation has to start early. So in the 20s and 30s, I'll tell you there's two main things to do. One is to build bone. So the peak bone mass that you reach is your peak bone mass, and that happens in about mid 20s. And so after that, it stays stable, and then at menopause, it starts to decline with the estrogen decline, and there's a very steep slope in that time frame after menopause. In fact, women lose about 50% of bone mass at around the age of 55 because they've gone through that steep slope after menopause. So the higher you can reach of your bone mass and peak bone mass, the more protection you have when you start to go through that decline. The other thing is muscle. Muscle is metabolically active. And so, yes, we're not all going to be weightlifters and we're not all going to have, the incredible Hulk deltoids and biceps, but having muscle and building muscle is really important because after menopause, with the hormone decline, there's sarcopenia, or a loss of bone, of muscle, a loss of muscle each year, about 3 to 5% loss of muscle each year after menopause. And so to start with really good muscle, and then to maintain that muscle by continuing weight resistance and weight training and good healthy diet and adequate protein and all the other nutrients is really important for muscle. So bone and muscle. What else is really important? All the things that I always talk about with respect to physiology. So diet and nutrition, making sure you're on vitamin D and calcium. That's for bones, but also for other health measures. Making sure that you're eating healthy, lots of colors on your plate, lots of nutrients in diverse foods, lots of really lean, healthy proteins. I go plant-based proteins mostly, as well as fish. Fish is really good for brain health. And so diet, supplements, nutrition, exercise, that's going to help with bone and muscle, and restorative sleep. And then finding joy and happiness, because those are the kinds of things that are going to optimize your physiology and protect your body so that when menopause inevitably comes, you're doing your best.